Hello and welcome back to the quarterfinals. My name is Ruktor and casting with me this evening is Adderant Luna. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Richter?
Yeah, fantastic. Game 2 here, MG Blaze versus Pendulum. They are now swapping sides. We are getting into Champion Select. Running through the champions here, we see a couple of bans and picks coming out. More notably is that the Leona got banned out, but the Nautilus that got banned out, the Pendulum decided not to play against game number 1, gets picked up for MG Blaze game number 2.
Yeah, it's very interesting seeing the bands from Pendulum because they're literally the same bands except for the Leo. Like, and then it's like, if you're gonna do that, why not first pick the Nautilus yourself? That way you know you don't have to worry about it if you're so worried about it from game one.
Yeah, exactly, Luna. We do also have a little bit of a change up for the Pendulum lineup. Coming into the mid lane is Sumpfair. He'll be playing the Rumble this game, really looking to see if he can impact that map early, get that early magic penetration, and really go wild around those objectives, Rift and Dragon players.
Yeah, it will be very interesting to see. Um, I think Rumble might actually win the matchup into Syndra, but I'm not too familiar with that matchup. uh, Pendulum definitely has a much more rounded team comp this game than the previous game, though.
Yeah, they weren't quite aggressive with that Grey Spick and the Diana, very much all in looking to farm up scale into the game. Going slightly more with that safety, they first picked the Jarvan, they really want to get that trading around the map. Obviously can have a lot of impact with that flag and drag setup, with that Cataclysm as well. Obviously, Tristana now picked up here for Bubble Lift. He can jump out of it, but Zyra not so much.
Yeah, yeah. Another option though is they also do have Rise ult. So if depending on the timing of it, if Rise is still alive when Cataclysm drops and is able to get the full ult off, it might not even matter.
Yeah, exactly, Luna. Well, we'll be loading right up into the Rift momentarily, guys. Thank you for bearing with us. Really excited to get this game going. We'll have to see how this combo of the Jarvan and Sumph on this Rumble can get going with that Cataclysm if they can load it up successfully coming in there as well. And yeah, loading up into the Rift, guys. Good luck in game number 2.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Little bit of a jungle disparity here, just crossing to the I's, dotting the T's.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Not really wanting to impact the map too early here. A little bit of a stack down to the bottom lane here for MG Blaze. We're actually talking like the Senna pick being banned away as well, allowing for this aggression coming out with these Leona and this Nautilus. So much more impactful in the early game, really looking to scale up. You get a lot of control in the lane as well with that CC being able to set it up and just allow this barrage coming out from Dirty Hobo, Zyra on this Syndra looking for picks and just Tristana trying to just scale up into the game.
Right, and it is kind of interesting because MG Blaze, if they wanted to, they did have the option to go for a really strong invade, having the Nautilus and the Sejuani. But like pointed out, just doing the 5-point being respectful.
Yeah, you could definitely do that. Smurf just looking for a little bit of a trade, asserting his dominance. Doesn't really want to get that bounce on him. So just into the bottom wave, getting that level 2 will be really impactful because Nerf Irrelevant doesn't have down as the hook already goes in. Gets rooted up though, Woodbox take an uneven trade in the bottom lane. So he has to play a little bit careful.
Yeah, Nautilus definitely not near as sneaky early.
This is actually good, coming down with the bomb. Snugglebutt actually blowing that heal level 1. Does scale with levels, so level 1 you don't really get a lot of benefit out of that.
Yeah, not to mention the damage from Tristana E being buffed in the last patch. It can be pretty nasty.
Just increased scaling as the game goes on. Definitely does mean that you want to hit those power spikes. Another hook going in Warbox, looking so threatening in this bottom lane.
Yeah, they are very scared of Wardbox at this point.
But here we go, into the top side. Dirty Hobo has to flash away from the tower. Timic tanking up as well. As aggression down to the bottom lane, Nothing Relevant gets jumped on by AP Bubble. Flashing forward, gets exhausted, but it might not matter. Flash as well, Snugglebutt has to run, the jump reset is there. AP Bubble gets rooted up, it doesn't matter, and up into the top lane as well. Aggression coming out as CPEC falls.
Wow, both teams being really aggressive right now. It's looking like this might be another bloodbath game.
Yeah, 1-for-1 overall. Definitely getting a good early game down onto this Tristana will be really good. Obviously, wanting that scaling. Coming back to lane with just a dagger as well means that you're just delaying that AD power spike and looking for that early BF sword if you can find it.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting seeing what Snugglebutt's going to be able to try to do. Being so far behind, like I said, they only have a dagger right now. Tristana has double Caitlyn's farm. It's going to be a very rough laning phase for the PLG bot lane.
A little bit of a reset down bottom. You see that pickups now picked up. That just means that that strength in the bottom lane is just going to ever rise. Really nice play on the top side, however. Gives Killer Unicorn a nice lead. Got that kill over onto CPEC. Means that he can just stack up that MR a little bit. Have that control in the lane against Dirty Hobo, who's looking to get an early base for that turret if he can find it. Killer Unicorn, aggression in the top.
Yeah, Killer Unicorn has been playing very well so far in the series. He actually held Dirty Hobo down pretty well in the laning phase last game as well, and is doing a very good job of this game so far.
So both teams down into the bottom side, junglers both trying to assist. 5 minutes coming up, that means that the dragon is going to be spawning here on the Rift momentarily. Going to be Ocean. So that's a really nice one to be able to take early. Timic looking for control. Wardbox says he wants the fight, goes aggressively in, but that means he's exposed himself. Timic is on there with the knock-up as well. Shredding down Wardbox. Now they're going forward onto Timic. So low. Aggression coming out of AP Bubble Lift. Going forward onto Snugglebutt, fighting for a little bit more. They secure it onto the AD carry and Snugglebutt with all.
That was a very clean counter gank by Deepak there. Timic doing what he can to help his bot lane, but unfortunately, Deepak, they just had the answer. Getting a kill for himself and a kill for the Nautilus. Before Nautilus unfortunately went down.
Yeah, that's also reflected probably in the power of these two AD carries. As we said, Caitlyn really does need that strong laning phase. Having to go for that Kirka shard, though, means that you only have that damage whenever you get that energized stack, whenever you hit that 100 mark. So when you don't have that available, you're really only sitting on 15 attack speed to this heavy attack damage of that pickaxe. Going to be able to reset with a lot more of an advantage now.
Yeah. Now, the one good thing about having the attack speed for the Caitlyn is her passive getting those headshots. That will be crucial in her getting her farm and any kind of poke whenever she can.
Yeah, they just won't hit as hard, Luna, though. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Just need
that is true.
Need the impact behind the attack speed. AD always more valuable than attack speeds for the start of the game. I know there's a couple of people looking for early attack speed actually on Tristana just to be able to control and push out the wave because you're using more of that passive of your E just to be able to push the wave out. Dirty Hobo falling solo in the top lane as well. Pimit gets a really nice pick. Zara is level 7, could look for that unleashed power. Here goes Dirty Hobo looking for Realm Warp, just punts the minions forward. Killer Unicorn has to retreat, but both are so low in the top lane. Jungle attention coming though. Timic looking for something level 7. Dirty Hobo needs to be able to outplay it. That has phase rush if he needs it. just trying to buy time, flag and drag, just to be able to close the distance. He's just going under tower now, into the waiting arms of Killer Unicorn, but trades the kill.
Wow, that was actually really clean by Dirty Hobo. It looked like he was just gonna end up giving gold to Timic, but was able to get
but there's a
something for
flash onto Ward Box here, onto Nerf Irrelevant. The Black Shield is down, but the damage is already coming through. CPEC is a little bit low. He's definitely going to need help if he goes for this Ocean Dragon early.
Yeah, the bot lane from MG Blaze is just being way aggressive. It's definitely being a hindrance to Snugglebutt not being able to do very much in lane as it is.
Yeah, no teleport for Dirty Hobo means that there might be a little bit of a disadvantage. This could be a really good window for Pendulum to clinch them in. Zyra, just the ward keeper here, just closing the gates, saying, no, you cannot come through to this dragon as Ocean falls over to MG Blaze.
Yeah, this is very good positioning by Zyra. Like I said, just being a gatekeeper, just being like, no, this is ours. You just stay over there, guys. You don't need to see this.
Yeah, lots of vision control coming down on the bottom side of MG Blaze. Just means that this CS gap, as we're rushing forward to that Infinity Edge burst for Bubble Lift in the bottom lane, had an immense game on that Kalista, through with that Leona engage, and Warbox is showing that engagement, that aggression on this Nautilus, really pushing forward. Almost has that level 6, as here goes Bubble Lift yet again, looking for that level 6 power spike. Has the buff to shock, looks for it, doesn't quite get the kill, has to burn the heal as well. It goes back in for the auto though. Snugglebutt looking too adventurous. It comes down in the mid, however, the equalizer is there. Timic is on the front, looking for the ignite down as well. Timic's going to be able to secure that. Hobo again in the top lane. Fights breaking out left, right, and center here. Hobo just pushing back. Killer Unicorn in the top lane. Has that defense though, has that Finally Cinder and the non-magic mental just to be able to secure himself under the tower.
Yeah, that was a very clean gank by Timic in mid lane onto
Killer Unicorn's flash forward, but he's in so many minions. Just can't get a word in here as it's all happening again. Hobo going so low, flashing the wall, but now he's behind enemy lines. They're actually taking the rifts on the other side. Pendulum can chase him down if they want to. Here comes the Rumble, here comes Smurf. They're just looking for him, but Hobo is taking them on a merry chase around here. Killer Unicorn missing out minions under the tower as well. There's a recall coming out. The verdict comes out, gonna punt him away, potentially back to his own team. Smurf needs to look for something here as he's just wasting so much time. As now Zyra's come back onto the map. Hobo's still alive, proccing that phase rush, running down Killer Unicorn, finally takes it. No assist going over to Smurf.
Wow. There's just so much going on in this game. That was a fiesta. Oh boy.
Smurf need to be careful in the mid lane as well. Unleashed Power got used just to chunk him down, using that off cooldown. Massive CS advantage in the middle. Luna, unfortunately, Smurf just can't get anything done.
Yeah, that's definitely unfortunate. He was trying to go help both Timic and Unicorns catch Dirty Hobo off, and he just ended up giving up too much of his lane.
Plate's going down now as well. The Rift Tower has been spotted, but here comes a hook down to the bottom lane. Smugglebutt has to retreat, but he's just going to get blown up by the buster shot under the tower. Wardbox tanking up a little bit too much. Nerf Radiant gets one back for Pendulum. Here comes CPEC into the bottom lane as well, maybe looking for a little bit of a dive. Says no and calls it off.
Yeah, AP Bubble just doing insane amounts of damage. Snugglebutt gets in a lane and then just gets deleted almost instantly so far. And they finally have a BF sword, but now they're just getting more attack speed.
Okay, so that we really need that Black Shield to be quick as soon as that Nautilus throws out that hook. If it's going to land, you have to be aware of that. Caitlyn in a lot of range, can play safe, but here comes Timic into the top side. Realmork already popped, trying to escape. Does manage to secure himself back to the tower as well. Nice little bit of get out of jail free card used by that Rise in the top lane.
Yeah, it was very, very good map awareness, knowing that Timic was about to show up and try to get a kill for either himself or for Unicorns.
Yeah, Killer Unicorn had that first kill lead up into the top lane, but can't really utilize that as this is Rise is scaling up Dirty Hobo, trading that kill on the tower. He just went forward and taking them on a ring around the Rosie. But in the bottom side, here comes Equalizer down into Warbox. Doesn't really hit anyone, just closes up the entrance. CPAC going back into Nerf Radio, but he goes golden. Warbox cataclysmed up into there, traded back for the other support. Now they're going forward. Aggressive Bubble Lift looks for the 3-man unit, secures the kill onto the AD carry, jumps back to his team as well. Smurf now on the run, having to flash away, but it doesn't matter. Teleport coming into Dirty Hobo just for the cleanup, but it's a triple kill going over to Bubble Lift.
Man, Bubble Lift is putting in so much work. The mechanical outplays that he's putting in with Tristana is insane so far this game. Definitely knowing when to be able to jump into the enemy team and get the resets to jump out.
Just feels so good when you have a lead on that AD carry. The CDs are down, you know, you can just dive into the backline as Tristana. If you get that kill, you get that reset. You can just work out where you want to be in the map. And we just mentioned about this CS difference in the mid lane. Just means that Rumble just didn't have that equalizer down where I wanted to. And here comes the charge into the bottom lane. Never relevant. Gonna go down with a Busher shot. So slow though. Doesn't quite secure the kill. Has to retreat from this tower that will now fall. A little bit of a backup coming out for Timid, but no Cataclysm. Another hook lands, decimating Snugglebutt as he gets knocked up and absolutely disputed. Black Shield doesn't save you from the AD, and Bubble Lift picks up a second.
Yeah, getting caught by just the tip of the anchor there, devastating. And I mean, it's only.
Smurf is down here in the bottom lane.
Oh no.
He doesn't want to be. And Timic now, they're going in one at a time. Bubble is just still alive. Tanking it up, jumps forward with no regard. That rip out that we saw earlier, that was taken a while ago. Kind of probably run out of cooldown, and that will just get demolished. We saw that take so much time for Smurf and Timic to take up in the top lane is all for the door as they are unraveling here. MG Blaze just demolishing the map.
Yeah, and before Bubble got that double, I noticed that he already purchased an Infinity Edge at 13 minutes in the game, while Snugglebutt is still just sitting on that shard, Berserk Graves, and a BF sword. The difference in damage is disgusting.
A bit of a trade up in the top lane. Dirty Hobo has this blue buff, so can really just keep taking those fights as long as he's conscious of his health bar as well. Just not afraid of this poppy damage. Just hasn't able to farm up, hasn't managed to convert that Barmy Cinder yet. Doesn't have that MR to really stand toe-to-toe yet, like a tank really needs to be able to do at this stage in the game. And Smurf in the mid lane just could get blown up yet again. A level 11 Syndra, so strong with that second Unleash power. Looking for this middle lane turret. Potentially going to get collapsed on here by Nerf Irrelevant. Equalizer comes down, they're looking for the burst. Timic comes in tow, flashes into the Cataclysm as well. Going forward, trading kills for the support as Warbox cleans up the back end of it.
Yeah, it was a good attempt by Warbox to be able to try to help get Zyra out of there. But at least he was able to get Zyra that assist and get a kill for himself.
Dirty Hobo yet again just unabated by tower damage. Dodges out on the keeper verdict, but here comes Timic. Phase Rush going forward, flashing aggressively, looking for the trade. Finds it just in the nick of time before Timic can shut the door.
Dirty Hobo definitely staying true to his over-aggressive nature. And at least in most of the times that he's gone down, he was able to take someone with him.
Bit of a bush bait setup here for MG Blaze as CBEC is taking down this repel. They are just closing the lines here. Now for Radiant, level 8 doesn't want to face check. Maybe gonna have to. Snugglebutt is the chosen target. Just into the waiting arms, and that's just so simple to easy to clean up. Nice little bit of a bind there as Smoke goes in. Aggressive onto Bubble Lip, but maybe he has the damage. He goes aggressively forward and massive shutdown over to Timic as they're now charging through. We've lost the damage now as Warbox is left all alone. CPEC potentially gonna have to roam, but Zyra says hello. I have the damage. I have the unleashed power as they go forward. Timic now in full retreat.
Yeah, unfortunately for PLG, at this point in the game, it's like I mean, yeah, Cinder doesn't have very many kills, but I mean, she's got Luden's Echo. She has her boots. I mean, she has the damage as well. You can't just look at Tristan being dead and disrespect the damage from Syndra.
A double item power spike now finished. With that Storm Razor, this Tristan is going to be so strong as the Rift just charges down, takes 1.5 towers in the mid lane. Setting up now for this third dragon as well. That'll be Cloud Soul coming up. That'll be so great for Zyra, for this catch potential for CPEC, but it's up in the top lane. Warbox find another target, finds more prey into the waiting arms of Bubble Lip, going a little bit low, but Busher shot it back into the tower. Maybe Timid can find something. Cataclysm down, Equalizer down. Snugglebot doesn't quite fall as well. That's a nice pick, but here comes Dirty Hobo looking for the closing target onto Snugglebot, having to retreat. Nice little bit of a position game from CBET, buying him time as they go back onto Smurf. Nice little bit of a flag and drag, knocks him up. Smurf trying to get to the heal, but doesn't quite find the shielding needed. Timid now finds the last little bit of damage. He needs to burst down Zyra. Means that CPEC is in a 2v1, but secures it. Warbox has roamed from the top lane. All in the meanwhile, this Tristana Bubble Lift just pushing down this top tower as they'll be able to pick up the dragon as well over onto the side of MG Blades.
Yeah, that was a beautiful ult by CPEC there, getting Dirty Hobo not only more time to pick up kills for himself, but get everyone else down on the side of PLG and be able to secure the cloud break.
Yeah, they have a really dominating lead here for MG Blaze. Pendulum really have to pull their socks up if they want to try and convert this series best of 5 coming out. So there will be a game 3 regardless. But after that level or game 1 and this game 2 shaping up the way that they need to, they really need to try and find something, dig deep with these champions, play a little bit safer into this bottom lane because Warbox is playing immense pick potential with this Nautilus right now. Zyra seems to have a very commanding lead even though they traded out their mid laners.
Right, and
Get a face check as well. This is aggressive. Unleashed power comes up, doesn't quite find the kill.
Whew, very close. That was just so much. The amount of damage that a Syndra can put out with only having one full item and just components is absolutely nasty. It's going to be extremely difficult for PLG to come back. Like, right now, their boss side jungle is lit up like a tree. It is not safe for them to go almost anywhere on the map right now.
I mean, with a 10k gold lead, you can really pressure this Baron buff, as you saw on a 60-second cooldown. Zyra can just burst a target. If they don't get the kill, they can at least send them back to the fountain just to heal up. So really gives them cadence, gives them the availability. Dirty Hobo has his teleport in the bottom lane as well. Smurf does not. He's got that ignite, remember, so he can't answer this Baron buff as well. Equalizer going to go down, but Dirty Hobo just says, I'm going forward, mate, not backwards. We're going aggression all the way.
Yeah, Dirty Hobo, I mean, he's got tons of damage himself on the rise. Like, it's like, at this point, I'm not sure what PLG can do to stop the train that is being run over them. Like, this is just horrifying.
That's a little bit of a hook yet again for Warbox onto Timic, just starting up this fight, but a nice little bit of a bind comes out to answer Warbox. Procs his stone plate, he's very tanky up in the front line, looking for another hook onto the Poppy, gets ignited, has to fast the wall, nice double knock up there for Timic, but the re-engage comes out for CPEC, and Caitlyn gets absolutely blown up as Bubble goes godlike yet again. Aggression all the way here for MG Blaze. They are just piling on the power, piling on the pace, and they are in the base 21 minutes into the game of Pendulum. They're gonna lose objectives here as they corral the mid lane.
Yeah, MG Blaze might just be able to end here, honestly. I mean, the amount of damage that Tristana does to turrets, I mean, look at that. One fully powered E took a fourth of that turret's health. Like, this is it right here.
I think you are right. We are going to a game 3, folks, and unfortunately Pendulum are going to be 2 down. MG had a very sterling group stage, and they are showing what they have in the quarterfinals as they do go 2 up in the series against Pendulum.
Yeah, game one was definitely much closer than what this was. This was almost just a complete steamroll by MG plays. Very well played.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a lead there for a moment for Killer Unicorn up into the top side, managing to catch CPEC out, but it didn't really matter as just Dirty Hobo was playing so forward on this rise, scaled up with that tier, just got into the game, didn't even buy the Saros. They ended in 22 minutes here, guys. That was absolutely phenomenal for MG Blaze and really makes Pendulum think about what they can do to turn it around. They're going to have to be a little bit creative with their picks. Going to have to potentially shut down this aggressive ward box who's playing phenomenally on these engaged supports.
For sure. Just like that, they definitely have to give more respect in their picks bans. Switching up just one ban, that's not going to cut it.
Yeah, exactly, Luna. Well, thanks very much for tuning in here. Game 2 at Coalition quarterfinals. We'll be right back with game number 3. Let's see if Pendulum can swing things into action for them, try and wrangle a game out of them, and bring us to game 4, best of 5 series coming up.